play a game.
Hello, how we doing? We've got Melbourne train guy Andy Burnbridge, Joran Van Ruler, hope I got your name right, Maverick, and Pete888 UK, Alex Toyne, and Mr. Hawk, and that's about it. So, greetings everybody. It's evening here, morning for a lot of you, I know. Now, this is an interesting release because normally I've played with it by now, but all I've done is run the AI up and down the line, so this is a bit unique. Normally I would have had a look, but Okay, so journey chapters for this thing. Travel across the Grand Junction Railway. We'll just run through the things first. And there are some requests which we'll do. So there's 5 chapters by the looks in the journey. Learning the basics. Uh-oh. That means there's only one thing in it, and it's starting it. Well, okay. It's not quite what I meant to do, but okay. Class 350 introduction. Why not? Let's just do it. Hello, Michael. Hello, Cucumbers. Hello, Chucky. On Friday night, there will be a special stream for Chucky. Welcome to Crewe Carriage Sightings. Oh, yeah? Okay. I didn't actually mean to come here, but okay. Shouldn't there be wires connected to those? I would have thought. Isn't that why they have terminals? Okay. Same as Autistic Travel Adventures. Hello. Michael Lay. Hello. I think I meant to go over the one over here, maybe. Oh, no, I meant to go up here. Ooh, stop markers. I wonder if they read signals. Probably are. Why don't we do this, and then we'll go back to looking through everything. Why not? Can we get in through here? Just because you can. Apparently you can. Okay. We're stuck in the vestibule. Should probably shut that or it's not going anywhere, is it? Oop, the little thing down the bottom pops up. Mind you, I shouldn't be surprised. These aren't new trains. That's why there's no tutorials. That's why I've had no... Where's the master key go? Oh, there. Okay. Does it work with the thing? Oh, hang on. No. I'm an idiot. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm an idiot. I haven't started the software. Let me start the software. That would be really helpful and slightly less stupid. I want this to be PPC. Just got to set this up, sorry. Single lever throttle and train brake. That's what we want. And go. Okay. Now does it work? No. Well, actually, it doesn't work with Rail Driver. How about that? Assuming, yeah, it's connected to Train Sim World. Yeah, it's chatting. So no, the train's not Rail Driver compatible. Or TSCX compatible. It does walk me on foot, doesn't it? Hey, we're leaving, though. It's leaving! It does walk me on foot, doesn't it? Wants me over there. Where do you want me to go now? Okay, invisible markers till you get to them. Alright, it's giving me a tour. Okay, so this is the 353. And I guess that's a 2. And I guess that's a 1. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. Yep. Good. Sigh. Walk to Run Road. Down there somewhere. I don't know what's going on either, Chucky. I'm going to come down here and set this one up. Okay. This first tutorial that's made me walk around everywhere. Was that the right cab door or the wrong cab door? It didn't tell me to shut the door. Whoop. Is this one rail driver compatible? Turn on the battery. Boop. Press Control W to set the reverser handle. No, I don't think so. Is this going to work? Nah. Well, that's disappointing. There's our first disappointment. The trains are not set up for rail driver. Select AC power. Raise the pantograph. Do we have more buttons to play with? No, up. Right. Now put it in forwards. Oh, it's a coupling tutorial as well. Pity this doesn't. Well, hang on, that does work. Why didn't the reverser work? Reverser still doesn't work. Well, that's interesting. And the lever's backwards, but we won't let that bother us. Why does the PBC work and not the reverser? Bonk. Well, we've coupled it. Follow the instructions for shutting down this cab and opening the interconnecting doors between the units. Okay, you're going to give me the instructions? You are. Goody. Turn off the eddy lights. Max brake. All right. Have to use the moose. We'll have to sort that out. Put the reverser off. Master key out. Open the vestibule doors. Maybe these. Oop. Oops. I think I just sealed myself in. Because I'm an idiot. Oh, these ones open by themselves, I think. Open the internal cab door. Why? Oh, that way. I did things out of order and it coped. Should I go through slowly so you can look at the train? That'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? Can we open the toilets? No. There's no surprise there. What's that? Speak to driver. It's like a MP, like a little player, little Bluetooth player. This is the train to nowhere. Turn on the battery. Again. Wabwasa. Is it going to work this time? No. I'm just going to look at the key map I've got loaded on the TSW thing. Let's just stop the call pullback. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Load button map. Default. Go. Don't think I had anything weird on though. Let's try it. It's backwards though. Headlights. Day. That was just me being silly then. Not the train at all. God, how many buttons do we have to push in this thing? Up. Forward. No, forward. I'll catch up with chat in a moment. Chat's gone mad. We can now, behalf of Crewe station arriving into platform 12, stop in the station, follow instructions. Now, is that stop marker a signal? That's the question. Now, that's all right that way, but it's backwards, so I am going to configure that. So, I'm going to stop that, and we're going to go single lever, throttle and brake, start callback. And it's still backwards, so let's fix that. Stop callback, and throttle and brakes. edit the map. I want to reverse that one. I want to reverse that one. All right, let's try that. Start. Nah, it's still backwards. Gosh. Okay, let's just drive it backwards. It'll be fine. Go. Except now it doesn't work. What's going on? What's going on here? Oh, the software crashed. Okay, that's handy. That's the first time I've ever had the Cobra software die on me. This is going so well. Okay, let's try that. All right, we'll just accept that it's backwards and we'll move on. So let's drive. Now, do I have to stop and request to go past this? I don't know. Let's find out. That would suggest to me yes. That's brakes, that's power. Okay. Remember, it's backwards. Can we go? We can go. Good. Right. Chat. My God. What's going on here? Well, apparently we're supposed to go 3 miles an hour. Whatever. Is that a signal? Well, it's green.
We are now approaching. Please mind the gap when leaving the train.
We're approaching. Please mind the gap.
Before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
5 miles an hour. Ropeable. Well, at least we're getting to look at stuff. So this is more of Crewe. What do we got over here? 86? Yep, 86. No great surprise. I think there's lots of 86s on this route. Oh, there's an 87. It's the Royal Sovereign. Crewe South Junction. Would be cool if we could see through the windows, but we can't. But that's okay. Frame rate, maybe? Ooh, what's that sitting on? High 50s. I cap at 60, so that means my processors and GPU's gone purple. It's working quite hard. Now it's capped at 60. All right. I better catch up with this chat while this is going in here. Okay. Alex Toyne, hello to you. Lord Vectron saying hello to people. Chocky says I'm still too tired from the weekend. Haven't a clue what's going on. You're too tired. I was getting shit-faced with mates last night. Michael Lay, hello. You've talked to Sam. Mr. Hawk, wireless, yes. Well, we knew about the no LNWR branding. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Let's turn that thing off. That thing? Oh, it's a scenario. I can't turn crap off. Of course not. Crew looks alright. Nice brickwork. Loads of passengers, of course. And Jockey said, you're not listening to it. He was probably screaming at the screen. Holy Trucker says Birmingham 2019 timetable map just got updates a few hours ago for TSW6. Yeah, fair enough. Melbourne train guy laughs. Maverick, oh dear. Transport East Anglia, hello. Daniel Robert Jowett, hello. Brakes, 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 brakes. You can stop now. No, just brakes. Right. Can I get in? Thank you. Follow the destructions. Right. Headlights. Okay, so now that's not working. Does happen in scenarios sometimes. Put the PBC to max brake. Well, it is. So you're going to make me take it out and put it back, aren't you? Yep. Clearly. Is that working? No. Do the windscreen washer. Right. I think we'd probably shut that door. Just saying. Do people want me to walk through slower? still, this is the train to... What's this say? Welcome aboard this service to LNR. Calling at ampersand LNR. Okay, it's confused. But maybe the real trains do that before they're set up. I don't know. I was trying to think whether I've been on one of these. I think I have. Definitely been on the 170s. Why did we have to open all these doors up if we're just going to come in here and uncouple them? Close the internal cab doors. Close the inner nose doors. I should just follow the instructions, shouldn't I, really? Should I do both? Can I do both? Yes, I can. I did close the inner nose door. Oh, I know what you want. You want me to do that one, don't you? No, that one. That one. That one. Right. Now that one. That one. No, that's not what it wants either, is it? What does it want? Oh, it's these. So surely they were in the wrong order. Oh, I know what it's doing. No, I know what it's doing. But surely you'd want to close all this and close the other train as well. I don't think those directions are very good. Either that or I'm an idiot. Well, I am an idiot, but you know. Is this going to work now? No. Has the software died again? No, it's running. Put the reverser to neutralis. Okay. Push the button. Good. Uncouple the vehicles. Right. Did that. Put the reverser to off. Take the master key out. Why are you here?
I'm not on camera.
Go on, get on camera.
No, I'm not on camera.
No, come on. Now that you're here.
No, I'm hidden. See?
I could fix that.
I was showing you my Halloween dress.
I think I can fix it. Yeah, there you are. You're there.
Oh, I look I've got my Halloween crown on.
Yeah. Oh, well. Isn't it weird? The AI doesn't think you're human.
It's Halloween dress.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for interrupting.
I just stood here. I didn't interrupt you. You stopped talking to your stream.
What? I think maybe I should have got out the other side. I think I should just go home now. Wait, I am home. Right. That's better. G'day. Right. Okay. Where else can we go before this exits? Can we run around? Oh, we're done. All right. Now let's go back to doing what we were doing. Showing it off and saying hello to people. Maverick says, we got all three variants. We do. Hello, Daniel, Robert, Jowett, Chocky. Been 11 hours train spotting. Yes, that'd be fun. Maverick, hello. Mark Moss. Hello, Mark Moss. And Mr. Hawk, just press all the keyboards on your keyboard. Yes, that's about it. Melbourne Train Guy. All right, let's get back to the journeys. And I'll keep catching up with people as we go. Right. So, continue. So, we're not going to do this one again. Does this mean that the select the chapter? So let's look in the chapter. Right, so there's a bunch of services. There's a scenario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 services for this one. That's not a bad journey chapter. About what? 8 hours of gameplay there, 7 hours. And so 12 hours 24? What? 8:59? Or is that the time? No, that's got to be the time, surely. Anyway, there's a bunch of services and a scenario. We'll look at the scenarios in a tick. See it, say it's sorted. That's the police train. Scenario and services. You're getting the pattern here. I'm getting a pattern here. Rush hour, scenario and services. I can't say I'm very surprised. 1523. It's quite a shift. I think that might be a bug. All right, let's pop out of there. Let's go and have a look at the scenarios next. So early start, should be undertaking a train exercise between Crewe and Wolverhampton, coupling 2 units together at Crewe and detaching them at Stafford before finishing at Wolverhampton. Well, that sounds fair. Wolverhampton local. Due to a planning error, a local service to Wolverhampton has no driver. This morning you've been called in to drive this service in its entirety, calling it all booked stations. Hopefully your train won't develop any faults. That sounds vaguely ominous. It's an interesting route map, isn't it? I'll have to have a look at that in the game. Back in action, a Class 350 unit failed at Stafford earlier today. After attention from a fitter, the train can re-enter service. You've arrived at Stafford in a taxi to board the train to run empty to Wolverhampton, where you will find a northbound service to Crewe. Okay. Contingency measures. Take control of a southbound service to Birmingham, Bambalam, starting at Crewe. Deal with the poor conditions and congested en route. Unit exchange. Your train is completely booked and has arrived at Birmingham New Street. You must prepare a replacement unit at Soho Depot and take the faulty unit to Wolverhampton. So you're going to tow it there with another one. Okay, that sounds fair. That sounds like vaguely interesting scenarios. It is tea, Mr. Maverick. For a change, it's not even apple juice. I drank enough yesterday. Have I seen the live weather mod? Yes, I have. David Carley, hello. Jerome, hello. I think I've said hello to you. Neil TV8, hello. Grumpy Englishman, hello. Yes, the boss of TSD did make her presence known. The CEO, indeed. Maverick says hello to Grumpy. Grumpy says hello to everybody. Grumpy's not very grumpy, really. Kind of making it short. Maverick's playing a different game. Bad Maverick. And Joshua says anyone's Ring doorbell stopped working? No, I use Google and something else. And everybody looks good. Joshua says Melbourne train guy. Yep, okay. I've caught up with the chat. Good. Wasn't very useful, but it was good. All right, timetables. Oh, actually, no, let's check one other thing before we get into timetables and start driving trains around the place. Training centre, what is there for it? Come on, train modules. I'm sure there should be a 350. Okay, you've got the 350-2. So I think that's the thing we played. Except we drove a -1. Anyway, so there's not that much for it in here. What about Creators Club? Are the new 350s available in here? I would expect. Yes, they are. 352, 352, 353. Yep, they're in there. And we won't look for the 351 because, well, we will. But it was already here, so it should be. Yep, it's still here. Good. And that's about it for what comes with it, so we don't look at anything else. What else do we need to do in here? Formation designer. Yes. Yes. Are they in here? Let's just pick any one of these. Edit. Formation builder. Add official. It'd be a bit weird, but you know. 350. Well, you probably can't do this, can you? Because it's trying to kind of connect to a 158. Never mind. We'll do it properly. We'll just do it properly. Add new 350-ish thing, honest. There you go. Honest review. No, it's not. They're always dishonest. Formation builder, add official. No one here falls for the honest review thing, do you? 350. So we've got the 2, the 3, and the 1. Okay, so they can all be used in here. That's good. That's good for those people who like that, which means they will work in Scenario Planner. What about paths and spawn points for Scenario Planner? And because no one ever looks at these things, so I tend to have a bit of a look. Create new. A locker. Something like that anyway. Edit weather. Can you do that? Oh, cool. I didn't know you could do that. Where did that come in? Ah, that is cool. All right. Add a new service. Yeah, 12 o'clock's fine. Passenger control's fine. Confirm. Name cannot be empty. That'll do. Okay. Add a new path. So we can get to the good sidings. There's a selection from Birmingham New Street, but certainly not all of them. Crewe's got a couple. Smethwick Galton Bridge has 2. Well, we're going to Smethwick Galton Bridge. I want to know if it's got all the levels. Tipton, Wolverhampton's got a good selection. So it's not that big a selection for Scenario Planner people, really. Jockey's going to be sad. Okay. All right, let's get out of here then. And let's do the thing everybody's actually been waiting for. The route. So what did they give us for training modules? The 350 that we just did, a route introduction. We might do that. Introduction to safety systems. We might not do that. What else do we get? Scenarios. We've looked at those. What about the all-important timetable? And of course, layers. Let's start with layers. So you can turn your... That's interesting. You can turn the main services for the route off. What does that leave if you turn the services off? Could you normally do that? That's a weird concept. The 323 from Birmingham Cross City, yes. The awkward Class 390, Pendolino. NT Class 323 from Glossop. So you've got 2 different 323s in here. That's cool. Midland Main Line for the EMT 158. Class 87 Rail Tour from West Coast Main Line, Preston Carlisle. Flying Scotsman Rail Tour. Requires a few things, doesn't it? Flying Scotsman gameplay. And the Mark 1s and a Mark 2A. The WMR 350, so that's the other one. The DB Freight. So I wonder what freight that actually is, though. But it comes from West Coast Main Line South. So it'll be the DB Shed, but what carriages? Oh, actually, HOAs and VTGs. What an idiot. Well, that's right there, right in front of me. DRS Freight. So West Coast Main Line South again. The FKA Static, so this is just stuff plonked around the route from West Coast Main Line South. And this is from... See, I thought SHG was one of the American ones, but that's a bit weird. But it's HOAs and VTGs, so wherever that comes from. LSL Static. Please, people, use proper names. Bloody developers. But that comes from West Coast Main Line, Preston Carlisle. Cross Country 170 from the 170 pack, funnily enough. The WMT 170 from the Class 170 pack. LMS Jubilee Rail Tour from Spirit of Steam, Liverpool Crewe. Class 86 Rail Tour is similar to the 87 Rail Tour. Well, actually, it looks like Flying Scotsman. It's almost the same. Transport for Wales from Cardiff City and the Voyager. Everybody's going to want me to play the Voyager, aren't they? All right, so that's our layers. Let's just select all because we can. Now, the ones that come with it are the 350-2 and the 353. And does that come from a layer? No, it's this one. It comes from here, so that's fine. And the other stuff, no. The other stuff's only all layers. Grumpy wants a nuclear layer. Joshua will be right back. Good-o. We'll see you soon. Seal Aggregates. Thank you, Melbourne Train Guy. Smarter than me. It's good. Holy Trucker, did you see Train Sim Society's video today about the free app that injects live weather into TSW6? Yeah, it's on the Train Sim community mod site where he found it. But yes, I have got it. I have seen it. Right, okay. What are we going to look at? Now, people did ask for some things. Let's flip out to the way they did. So, Harrison Nasal 7482, very specific, wants an all stops between Birmingham and Crewe. So, okay, we'll have to try and find one of those. Melbourne Train Guy, if you could go on across Sydney 170, if not the Class 220. We could well do that. I do like the 170. I have been in the 170. Daytona doesn't want me to obscure the environment, and Maverick says a Class 86 rail tour. So I think we might start with, why don't we start with a 170 maybe? West Midlands trains, because I've been in these. These probably go to... Is there any to Wolverhampton? There should be. No. None to Wolverhampton. Did they not go to Wolverhampton in 2019? Because they do now. Let's try one of the others. See if it makes any difference. Walsall. No, looks like the same ones, doesn't it? I'm not seeing a Wolves. Oh. I know this goes Wolverhampton. I rode one there. But maybe they didn't in 2019. It doesn't look like it. Alright. Shrewsbury it is. And October will be fine. To piss off dynamic weather and light clouds. That'll do. That'll be a nice depth. But that's at 7:54 October. Let's go back a little bit, actually. Let's go to July, just to make sure it's daylight. Because, you know, it's boring streaming them in the dark. It does have conductor mode. Melbourne Train Guy says 170 is the goated, no doubt. The Skyhook's nuclear layout will come soon. I did talk to Adam about that when I interviewed him, and they were doing some extra work on the Class 20. So, we should set up, but let's have a look around. Ah, it is Wolverhampton. Look at that. Oh, so it's an off-map service, and it's starting here. But this doesn't look like Wolverhampton. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's got the platforms. Ooh, trams. Are there any trams? No, because the tracks don't go anywhere. But so 350 over there. Lots of passengers over here. Looks like news collectibles. That's something I hadn't seen, is whether there were collectibles. All right, let's get this thing ticking. And you're not very happy today, are you, little thing? But that's okay. What about doors? No, doors aren't working either. What's going on there? What's going on with my box today? My box is sad. We'll have to sort that out in a minute. Let's get the train ready. You guys don't need me to run through those, do you? Let's pop the DRA on because you just would. And let me figure out why my box isn't working. Why is my box not working? Stop callback, key maps, button map, load button map, default, start callback. Right, that should be able to close doors now. Yeah, now it works. Lost the maps again for some reason. So just I've never had that software fail before. Anyway. It seems to be working now. Sounds like a police car, so yeah, it's fine. Now, do people want me to ride inside the cab or outside the cab? You can choose. What do you want? Shrewsbury is a decent biscuit. I don't think I've ever heard Shrewsbury described as a biscuit. Alright, let's knock off the DRA. Let's see if this lever's going to work. Reverse it. Now does the lever work? What is going on today? What is going on with this software today? Single lever throttle and brake. It should work. That should work. Why aren't you working? Cobra software, what are you doing today? Single lever, throttle and brake. That should work. Right, let's use that. Start callback. You gonna work now? No. Right. No, it does work. What's going on? What's going on? Lever map. Load lever map. Where's my default one? Sim Workshop tutorial. That's the one we want. Load. And we'll have to load the key maps again because we loaded the other one. That's fine. Load that. Go. And start callback. Okay. Working now? No, someone sneezed in the back. Well, that works. Why isn't me box working? Ah, this is really annoying. That's working. You know what? Screw it. Enough mucking around. We're going to run it with an Xbox controller. I'll look into the other thing later. It won't be anything to do with the route. It's just something weird that's happened with the TSC software. Alright, so do you want outside or inside? Now, where does this stop? Just goes to Birmingham. Okay, no stops. Well, fair enough. We have the green. I did restart the software, Alex. It's just stuffed. Melbourne Train Guy says, were the sound updates with this route or the 170 pack coming? I don't know of any 170 sound updates. Not specific to the route, anyway. So what do we got? It looks kind of nice. That looks like a very specific asset, that one. Ooh. Okay, so there's a canal. Geez, that'd be hard to navigate, that one. That looks nice, doesn't it? Does that mean we have to do one of these? Of course it does. Because it looks nice. You can't not do it, can you? That'll do. Let's not muck around with it today. Save and upload. Oh, am I allowed to do that today? Sure I am. 3. So she looks pretty nice around the old wolves, I have to say. She looks pretty nice. Another canal. Someone walking down by the canal there. With their feet in the concrete. Very good. That's pretty much how it should be. Yes. Nice little bricked in arches. And a few not bricked in, but go down and have a look. Bricked in the middle, okay. And road bridge, yes. Okay, that looks right. I have to say, that looks pretty right to me. Okay, I'm happy. You happy? Rivet said the 171 has a new sound set. JZ said since version of 117 doesn't support rail driver. No, it should, because it did actually work the first time I moved the lever and then something happened. So we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out at some point because everything else is working fine. 75 mile an hour, apparently. What else can we see? Let's get up a bit higher so we can see more stuff. Except no, I can't get up much higher. Okay. Really can't get up much higher if I do that. No people in my train. That's normal. Alright. No, that one. Bit of mathematical ground along there, but apart from that, looks alright. Yep, showing it without fog, see? Exactly. Grumpy says, in reality, Wolverhampton is a trash place, so pretty spot on. I do tend to agree. That's why I was saying it looks right. There's a floating truck. Yep. Good. Just in time to see a 323 fly by. Another canal. Lots of trees. This is about right. There's plenty of trees. Oh, look at those animated diggers. Oh, that's right, this isn't trains. More canal work, more people walking along the canal. I like seeing things like that. It makes it a little bit more lived in. I'm pretty happy so far. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want to look at. Alex Stone says just need the 172 and the 172/1. C says getting it tomorrow. Cool. Choo Choo on train says too much air in the tyres. Yeah, they're pumped up too much and it started to float. I agree with that. Other stuff looks pretty grounded, except maybe those 3 trucks there were floating, I think. So what station's this one? Cosley. Yeah. No inside. It looks alright. It's a little bright though. It's a little cartoony, I think. Back on top. It's one thing I like about the TSC thing. You can just whack it. Bonk. It's a good button. It's made to be belted. More unanimated diggers. Am I going too fast? Oh dear. Ah, no, not emergency. No, no, no. One will be fine. Break one. That'll be fine. Trust me. Alright. Good. Are you going to power up? Or are you just going to stop? You're just going to stop, aren't you? Ah, sigh. Yeah, that resets well. Where's the emergency button? I can hear it. Oh, there it is. It's backwards. Okay. It's not their fault, though. It's just a silly train. Back outside. Overhead looks quite nice. It looks suitably old. It's aged. It's not all bright and shiny. I do get a little bit tired of bright and shiny overhead when it turns up. I hope that's a park in real life with its mowed grass. There's canal boats down there. Good to see. We like that. Oh, and you can even go here. Oh, no, there's a hole in the world. Look. There's a hole! You're not meant to go down there. Don't look. Ooh, nice bridges. Very nice bridges. I like those. There does seem to be quite a bit of scenery hanging around, but just trying to see if I can get up higher. This is as high as you can get, so you're restricted, which is interesting. Have we seen red brick like that? I don't think so. I think they're new. Aged like fine wine, says Grumpy. Wine doesn't get much of a chance to age around me. I have to say the trees under the lights are a little bit weird. They're a bit too bright. I'll show you at the next station that we come across. It's not hideous pop-in, it's just the usual. Oh, Big Canal Junction. Do like the bridges. Fairly impressed with those. Grumpy says TSW is always too clean. It is really. Alex said they put helium in the tyres. Yeah, I think so. Hello, Caleb's Crossings. Oh, I have news, Caleb's Crossings. It was you that asked me about Thomas runs, wasn't it? They are going to Cockatoo. I got the S-notice today. Yes, it's pretty late in the day. So yes. It's not the normal lighting. But I like this lighting because it's just nice. Can't see power lines over there, they're not rendering. I think they're there because there's supports for them, but not the power lines themselves. More inactive diggers. Container park. Bit of tree sim world happening. Does feel nicely built up. I am seeing rather a lot of bespoke assets, not just stations. That station was quite nice, but I'm seeing rather a lot of new assets. We'll go and look around some stations after we do this run. We'll just flit around a few of the stations and have a good look. Ooh, lock gates. Excellent. And the water's at different heights. Wow, somebody who knows about canals worked on this. That makes me happy. There's also a test train running, Caleb. Ask me when. I might even tell you. Does it surprise you there's a test train to Gembrook going? Ooh, did that freeze? Hey, that's weird. That's really weird. I better stay in the game, I think. I've got double yellows. No AWS. Didn't I turn AWS on? Must be a 170 thing. But I think we better stop. No, not emergency, you horrible train. Well, we'll get to look at the station. That's fine. Is this the one I wanted to look at anyway? It looks familiar. I think it might be the one I want. Is it? Might be. I think it is. Alright, we're getting out. We're getting out because we're here. Elevator? Not working. Stairs? I don't have the lines on the floor. Where's the lines on the floor? Bad people. But they do have the other platforms. I don't think they were glass. Not all the way. There was some glass, but most of it was just crap. This is very clean. Smethwick-Galton Bridge just isn't this clean. I want to get up to the other bit. I want to go up the other side, don't I? There should be lines on the floor. Blue, red, and pink. That tell you where to go. And the elevators should work, but they don't. But I'm pleased to see the whole station's modelled. This is cool. So this sets them up for the future. Where's the way down to the other one? Here? No, it's an elevator. Oh, I'll just jump over the tracks then. Whee! Whee! And we're going to go over the other side. Method to my madness. Because I made a short here. Do you remember the SPAD protective fence? That was there. So the fence is there. That's good. That makes me happy. And I recorded lots of video from that chair right there. So happy that that's there. This seems pretty good. Okay, I'm happy. Smethwick-Galton Bridge looks okay, except for the lines, missing lines on the floor. And the bridge over here looks alright. No, I don't want to give it up. I'm just screwing around. We're looking. We're looking at a station that I actually know quite well. It's important. Oh, there's an invisible wall. I can't walk through the tunnel. Well, that's disappointing. There's a few routes have been like that lately. You can't walk along them. I really don't like that. Hey, the spiky things are missing. There should be spiky things. Just saying, you can walk right over those too. It doesn't matter. Mind the gap. Yep. Alright then, let's get out of here. Signals have changed now. Off we go to Birmingham Bambalam. Lord Vectron says, nice seeing full car parks. It is. Alex says, shame that West Midlands Train Sister Company would all licensing for London North Western livery in the game. Caleb says on Saturday. I'll have to look it up, Caleb. Remind me on Discord. There's a switch on the wall. Oh, is that for AWS? It's a bit late now. You'd think I'd know this stuff, wouldn't you? So 2 switches. Well, I turned on the other one. Hurry up. Lord Vectron says, inoperable elevators is unacceptable. I would actually prefer a bit of the frame rate versus elevators, to be honest with you. I can screw the elevators. Why waste memory on elevators? I mean, I like the novelty, but it is just that. It's a novelty. It's a train simulator, not an elevator simulator. Oh, what a cool idea for a game. You just go in there, press the button and go up and go down and go up and go down. That station's got spiky things. I think more of that upper station had garden. And it had... I'm going to have to look at my photos because I think it had a white steel picket fence along quite a lot of the upper length, not the glass. But I'll check my photos. I'll make sure. MTG says, you really are giving away DLC in your shorts. No. Well, not intentionally, anyway. Let's get back outside. As we come into Birmingham Balam. Bit of downhill running. Great big antennas. I remember seeing those. Very happy. Carriage washer. When I took a taxi from Swindon to Birmingham Balam, which I had to because the cross-country train supposedly wasn't running, but, you know, and then did. I asked my taxi driver, who was from Birmingham, what's the best thing about Birmingham? And he said, leaving. I was quietly impressed, just saying. Are we down to 40 yet? Surely. No, not quite. Neutral zone, but is it really? I think they actually said on the Dovetail stream that they haven't modelled the neutral zones. They just put the signs up. I'm liking all the graffiti and crap around the place, but these buildings down the left here are... Alright, these buildings down the left here are too clean. I'm backwards, I know. Liking the canals. Liking all the people walking. That I appreciate. That's good. We need more of that. Who would ever have known Birmingham was so moist? I am enjoying the route so far, Train Sim World. This is actually the first I've looked at it, so I'm quite enjoying it. It's a discovery. I better get back in the train or we're going to get smacked in the face with a wall in a minute. Which flavour of Train Sim World have we got? An Alex? A Harry? A Harry that I called Alex? Did that once. Maybe twice. Jamie! Hello, Jamie. Did you see how crazy that shot's gone? The one about North Norfolk. It's up to 1.2 million views. It's mental. I don't know what's going on. I have unfortunately caused my TSCX thing to not work at the moment. So I'm stuck with an Xbox and controller, which is sad because I'd much rather use the levers. Coming into Birmingham New Street. Very easy to speed through here. This is going to be another one I'm going to have a good wander around at. I know there is an anomaly in the middle. It is mad, isn't it, Jamie? And they do like the Grange. It's an excellent loco. See, I told you it was easy to speed through here, and then straight away I did it. So it's straight away I can tell this is looking a little more cluttery, which I like. Now, once we're out of the tunnel, we can't do it. Well, we can do it, clearly. There is an anomaly in the middle of the platform, which I hope will get addressed, because very weird stuff happens in the middle of the platform. Come on, we want to see what's going on out here. Let me out of the tunnel. So here's the New Street box. It's good. There's lots of grot and clutter and stuff around the platforms, which I like. Do have to be careful because we're coming up to a red signal and we're going to walk through this station anyway. Let's go back in the front. Oh, that thing's on again. Oop. See, says we must have Birmingham to Shrewsbury now that they got new trains in game already. I think it'd be a waste. I think we need Shrewsbury. It's on the way to Wales. Now, when you drive through here, there's no anomalous behaviour, but if you're on the outside of the train, sometimes very weird things happen. And I put in a report for it, and I actually saw it happen to Matt on the stream too, so hopefully it will get addressed. You have to be careful where you stop in here. That I remember from last time. But this one's long, so it's fine. Alright, let's stop there. No, not an emergency. Open the doors. And we'll come back to free roam and walk around this. C says, good to see Birmingham more full and busy. BCC was hard to see with it being your hometown. Indeed. I forgot Birmingham was your local. Should have come to visit. Town Roma, hello. So great it's West Coast Main Line getting extension. To be honest, who wants to drive to Milton Keynes of all places? Yeah, having been there, I understand. All right, let's finish our passengers so we can return to free roam. That's all we need to do. No, there's only the 350 liveries. There aren't new trains. Let's continue. And return to free roam because we want to walk around the station and have a look and hope we don't get thrown out. I think these are boxes. These are actually active, aren't they? Boop. I don't know if you have to press them, but I thought it was cool. There's another one there. Oops. More over there. Would you be surprised? More over here too. They're for the paddle boys. Isn't that a Premier Inn up there? Ooh, what do we got? A 150. Crawling in. Boop. I didn't jump the tracks in front of a train, honest. Ah, that's better. They don't glow in the dark anymore. These are apparently unique for this station. Can't say I looked at them much when I was there. Alright, going up. Are we allowed up? We're allowed up! Can't go to the shopping centre though, I bet. No. You can only go through to the station platforms. You can't go to the shopping centre. It's very quiet up here, isn't it? Ooh, do they work? How do I get on it? Yeah, we can't get on the escalator. Okay. Can't go that way. Alright, so that one's an up. Ooh, something weird happened over there. We didn't come up an escalator, did we? We came upstairs. There are some weird things happening when you look at stuff in the distance. Alright, here's one I can finally get down.
Birmingham New Street only. Platform 8 for the 2029 cross-country service to
You look familiar.
Birmingham New Street. Platform 11 for the 2025 West Midlands Railway service to
More boxes.
Lichfield Trent Valley. Calling at
Is that a collectible? Okay, so one of the collectibles is newspapers. We now know that.
Wild Green,
Good.
Sutton Coldfield, Four Oaks, Butlers Lane, Lake Street, Shenstone, Lichfield City, and Lichfield Trent Valley.
Lots of weeds, which is good to see. And yes, I know this 323 is going to run over me any second. Oh, they closed off one of the gaps. You used to be able to get through there. Damn. Alright, can't escape anymore. We'll just stand rather precariously between the 323 and the 220. As you do. Dizzy Goo, what time is this out? It is 10 AM consoles BST, 4 PM for Steam and Epic, yes. Isn't it 4 o'clock? It's usually 4. Oh, maybe because you changed times. We should continue our exploration. Can we go up here? We can! Nice. Can't go further than that, though. But still nice. You can come up here. Nice railfan spot. Nice. I like. I can see myself leaving this running for a 12-hour live stream. Thank you, Dizzy Goo. I can definitely see that happening. Who wants to have that? Wednesday? All day? Live stream. I think so. Just railfanning Birmingham New Street. Ooh, water. I'm fascinated by the dumbest things, aren't I? Can we go up here? No. What do people think of Bambalam so far? Was that a gap? Was that a gap? They've been crafty. You can nearly, but not quite. Comes another 350. Something leaving over there. Frame rate's not bad. It's a little low. Yeah, I think we need to do it from dusk, from dawn till dusk. I think that needs to happen. I'll do that on Wednesday when I'm streaming from work. Hey, that one's got a proper destination. Wow, that was a crawler. Righto, this is a stick up. Give us your wallets. Give us your watches. No? No one cares? Hello? There's something wrong with your coat there, bud. Might need to sew that up a bit. Never know what might pop out. We go up here? Ooh. Not allowed out, though. Oh, you can stand in here too. I don't think you could do this before, could you? You couldn't get in here, I don't think. Hmm. Okay, I like. We can just come and stand in the bubbles. It's got the same horrible reflections the real ones do. Hmm. Okay, shall we do another service? Probably. Let's do a service. And in the meantime, I'll try and figure out why the TSC controller stuff's not working. This is the software, if you're wondering. Can show you, I think. Can I show you? I thought I could. Doesn't that pick it up? It's supposed to. There we go. That's the software. Stop callback. So throttle and brake should be fine. And button map. Well, buttons are working. But the lever map. Key maps. Lever map. Load lever map. Let me do the one I built for the tutorial, because that should work. That looks okay. And throttle and brake. Now that probably will have chucked out the button map, I think. So we'll load my tutorial one of those. And start callback, and let's see if it works in the next train. So it's connected to TrainSim World. It's reading levers, so that should be fine. There you go. If it doesn't work, well, we'll have fun. So, what else did people want? An 86 rail tour and a 220. Let's do a 220. And then we'll do a 350, I promise. Voyager 220. And we probably want one late enough so we can see the light. Birmingham New Street to Manchester Pick. So that's pretty much almost the same run, really, isn't it? Temple Meads goes further or not? It's just longer. Oh, let's run it. No fog. Driver mode. Mikey's and congestion cards. Because Dizzy Goose says then make a time-lapse version. I could do that because I could record the whole thing and then speed it up and run it. Run the whole day in like 3 minutes or something. That'd be a bit cray-cray. Come on. That way. No. Forward. That's what we want. And headlights. And that's day. We probably want day, don't we? Day? Day. Unlock doors, right-hand side. Safety thingies. Glad these all work now. Now, is the lever going to work? That's the question. Yes, the lever's going to work. Yay. It's still backwards, but we'll put up with that. That's good. And we are in Bambalam again, so brighter light. We'll see what it looks like outside. Wouldn't it be really cool? Oh yeah, it's this train. Right, go around the door. Wouldn't it be really cool if you could get in here and go, I want to go now. Denied. Ooh, they do something. Oh, that's cool. We're going to learn how that works. Other way, it just throws the key on the floor. All right, I need to know more about that. We need to find out what they do. I wonder if it does something when you're supposed to go, when you've actually got the route. Look at the frame rate's dropped a bit. Must be a lot of trains here at the moment. Let's have a look while we're waiting. We got what? Got 15 seconds. Huh. Okay, we're outside. We're in Birmingham. Couldn't be Birmingham, it's too clean. Okay. That's the wonky thing I was talking about. You go, and you're outside. Alright, doors. Ah, passenger door has become stuck. Oi, shut. Yes, I have faults turned on because I am that cray-cray. Door's done. Off we go. And brakes off. I can hear it powering up. We're moving. It's a good sign. Bob's Railway Madness, how are you? Bandy Burbridge. Dispatcher mode. Yeah, it could be. That could be useful for that, actually. As a future thing. That would be cool. Missing a lot of screens in the top, says C. And speeding already. Good. Perfect. It's just what you want, isn't it? Off we go to the same place we've just been to. I really need to pick something that goes somewhere else, don't I? We'll start one at the other end. At Crewe. Won't take long to get to Wolverhampton in this thing. It's a nice tunnel bake. That's really nice. And the brickwork and stuff. Ah, did you see that? A cross-country service in its natural condition. Out of service. Excellent. Oops. My teacup was stuck to its coaster. It's probably because my teacup's actually a Chinese tea, which is made of honey marmalade. It's bizarre, but it's nice. Lord Vectron needs to see a Pendo run. Well, I think we'll do a 350 run next. We'll do a 350 from Crewe. We'll see if we can find a stopper so we can look at stations properly. But I'm really liking this tunnel. I think that's quite magic. Jamie, if you're still there, this is what light baking should be like. Not being mean or anything, but it's what it should be like. Let's get up a bit higher again. Feel the power of the cross-country Voyager. Water looks nice with more light on it. Anti-aliasing's not so nice though, but I could turn my screen percentage up and solve that. Are those signals really red? I hope not. Interesting. That's something to go hunting for on Googly Maps and see if it's really there. C says marmalade sounds like Paddington Bear. Caleb Keppel, hello to you. You just got up. We're behaving again now. Look at that. Yard looks a touch empty. Liking the servicing equipment though. The vacuuming. That's good. There's nothing in the yard though. Oh, no, I was wrong. There's a 323. How cool would it be if you could come in here and whack this thing and lift it up? I don't really want that though, because it would come as a trade-off for something else for sure. What are people thinking so far? Were you saying I couldn't say it's a Chinese thing? It is a Chinese thing. It's a Chinese tea. What's wrong with that? Vigilance, double yellows. So these yellows are real. Should probably do something about it. On our way to the home of the wolves. My brother-in-law used to live in Wolverhampton. Oh, there it is. That looks cool. That looks pretty nice. That looks a little well kept, like a moss floor or something. No, that way. That way. Oh, no, that's a nice looking bridge. That is a nice looking bridge. I appreciate that bridge. I don't think have we ever seen those before? We've seen the bottom, but have we seen the top like that before? Another cool bridge. Back through Smithwick. Michael says he'll get it. No, the lighting to Jamie. Of course I can say that, see? People mistake the job of an ambassador, okay? They go, an ambassador, you know, you're there to say yes to everything and just say everything's good. And no, that's BS. We're not. We are there to point things out. We are there to bring the feelings of the community into DTG. We're not there to suck up. Oh, how cool's that? Speaking of sucking up. Oh, I remember this. Canal over canal. This is just cool. Although I think that one... No, there's grass growing through it. But that's just a tad narrow too. I think that's supposed to be as wide as that one. Quiet, you. More brakes. More power? More power. There's a 350. We'll be on one of those shortly from Crewe. Lord Vectron says, my mate on Discord said I was a salesman. He's a pretty shit salesman. Imagine walking up to me in a used car yard. What do you think, mate? What do you think of this car? I go, oh, it hasn't got any wheels. They're just imaginary. Motor's a bit crap too. Now, I think a lot of people do genuinely not understand why we exist. Jerron Van Ruler is liking the details. That's cool. Melbourne Train Guy says the route does look quite nice. Really like the improvements to BNS, and having the 220 on as an AI out of BTC part of New Street is cool. I'd love to see some of that AI turn up in the other BCC route, just saying. Anthony Struess says, I'm looking forward to seeing what Stafford looks like. I'm pretty familiar with it. I used to watch trains from the overhead bridge near the junction south of the station. I shall not write it down with a texter. I shall find a pen and write down Stafford. We need to look at Stafford properly. We shall do that for you. Bob's Railway Madness says, I will get this route in the Voyager tomorrow when I've got a few kids spare. No worries. Never buy something you can't afford. Never. Just hold off. Town Roma says, since they're extending the West Coast Main Line, it gives me the hope that the East Coast Main Line will get the same treatment. A separate DLC with either King's Cross or Edinburgh would be nice. I do tend to concur with that. Would be nice. The East Coast Main Line's another one of those ones that sort of goes nowhere. In a weird way. Oh, look out, he's speeding again. What an evil person. Can't do that in the real railway. No. You'd have the uncomfortable conversation with the man with the cup of tea. You'd be going, what were you doing? What do we have to talk about, Paul? Something. Don't know. You tell me. See, when he gives you that look, he already knows. But it's like a copper. It's like when the copper pulls you over and goes, just how fast were you going? You go, don't know. No, doing the speed limit, mate. Don't ever admit you know you were speeding. Never. I want to be under the world now because I want to see the bottoms of those trees sticking out of it. I'm not a fan of that grass back there, to be honest. This is nice. But this is not. This is like that shitty felt sheet you make model railways out of. That's awful. But maybe that's what we get for optimization. It is quite possible. It's been optimized into a flat thing. It does use a lot less memory when it's like that, I have to admit. Father Jack, hello. You'll get... I'd like to know if it will never happen as a route from Newcastle to LKG or Glasgow to Euston. I think one route going that far is probably not that likely to happen. Because I think the platforms would be a little bit challenged, PC included, to run something that big. Because in Train Sim World, the way Unreal works, it's fundamentally different to, example, the way TSC and trains work. Unreal draws everything that it thinks you can see, which is kind of crap, but that's okay. That's why the routes that are high up in the mountains have a fog to stop you seeing too far. We have a TSR, don't we? Have we seen the first warning sign yet? We've got one coming up, though. But I haven't seen the start TSR sign. Bing. That's the end of the temporary speeds. That wasn't a long one. Almost at Wolverhampton again. Quick run. Lord Bectron says TSW7, the year of Unreal 5. No, sorry, East Coast Main Line. Town Roma says Peterborough to Doncaster is probably one of the most linear stretches of it. Yes. Looks like Newcastle or Liverpool are popular. See, so could they tell if a train was speeding? Yes, they can, quite easily. Pull out the chart. Bob's Rye Madness said, you know that narrowboat named Ragdoll is in Birmingham. That's the boat from Rosie and Jim. Cool. I rode one in Manchester and got to have a steer, which was quite cool. It's a very different experience, a narrowboat, because they're so bloody long. When you want to start steering, you just start cranking over and go, wait, 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 wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Ah, there goes the front starting to turn. YouTube says now would be a good time to insert ads. Fortunately, it's got a close button, because that won't be happening. Sorry. I don't do mid-rolls. I don't care how much more money they make. Wrong lever, numbnuts. Quite. Now approaching Wolverhampton, and then we'll do a 350 service from Crewe. Benjamin's brain in a jar. Hello. Father Jack says, yeah, but the Ashes win will keep me happy. Well, you know what we say about the Ashes. We don't really care who beats us as long as it's not New Zealand. There's actually a song about it. Yeah, there's a lot of AWS warnings through here. Must be a lot of people streaming this today, because Jamie didn't stay long. They flit around all the people that are streaming it. Easily distracted. Where does it go? Must know. Oh, this could be fun for local freight. Indeed, that could be fun. Back just in time. Where did I get up to? Lord Vectron says C probably is a wax paper tape that shows train data, speed being 1, because you're a fast step. The lines are XPT in New South Wales. Yeah, we run a chart recorder on our trains in the same way. The diesels and the Garrett have a digital system, but the NAs have a chart recorder. Town Roma says Edinburgh Newcastle would be awesome. Pass through a lot of stations near you, including your local. Be nice. Melbourne Train Guys, actually, we are getting some ScotRail routes in the game. Edinburgh to Newcastle, for example. Samantha's Trains, I've driven at 140 plus Ks with police trying to overtake me. Never charged, no license lost. Truly a story to tell sometime. Well done on that one, because I got caught doing...
We are now approaching
doing a little too fast once. And I lost my license, but it wasn't on the spot on those days. They took you to court. And guess when they took it? The person behind me might remind us. It was just before we went on our honeymoon. Is when they took my license. And Christine being under 25 at the time, limited what high cars we could kind of have. Took a while to live that one down. A little while. Do you know it looks even shittier during the day? I like it. I like the green poles too. Does that line go anywhere cool? Doesn't go very far. You can't go that way. Just while we're waiting for our signal. Why are we waiting for a signal? Oh, probably you. Probably you smoky little reptile. Go on, get out. Yep, it was you, because our signal's gone. Brakes release? No. Let me guess, vigilance went off. Yep, it did. Vigilance went off while we weren't here. Not even a speeding fine for Samantha's Trains. Well done. I will be at Puff on Friday if you feel like coming to say hello. I'm on the diesel for the Thomas sets. I'm looking forward to a nice, relaxing day where the only thing I have to do is push the big button. Unless, of course, actually I'm out with, I think I'm out with Gigi, so I might actually get a drive. Because he gets bored driving, so he goes, you do it. Then he just stares out the window. Now arriving at Wolverhampton. The giant wolves sign is missing, isn't it? I think it might be on the wall of that car park. There's a giant wolves sign. But he's not here. Probably didn't want to pay the fee. Because I imagine that would come with a pretty hefty licensing fee. Name of the team. Another railfanning spot up there if we can get there. We're going to try. And then we'll go to Crewe and pick up a 350, but we'll have a look at Stafford first. All right, doors open. Yes, it is. C says it's not crap. Hello, Gaz Photography. You got to admit, C, it's a bit down in the dumps, Wolverhampton. Merseyrail says, I don't know why people are fuss about Train Sim World 6. It's crap, and also not to scale in some places. I would say it's crap. It's kind of nice. But, you know, you'll have your opinion, and that's okay. You can have your opinion. All right, let's return to free roam and see if we can wander around here, because I think that's an important thing to know for rail fanning. Did I just unlock the other doors? No, it's fine. Oh, I've got more driving to do. Excuse me.
This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
I thought we were only going to here. Hmm? Okay. We must run the whole way. We must go all the way to Crewe. Oh no, Stafford. Yeah, it doesn't go all the way. Alright, cool. We'll keep going with this one. We won't go wandering around then. We'll do that later. So we get to have a look at Stafford. You wanted to have a look at Stafford? Handy, huh? We're supposed to do 15 mile an hour through here. Being naughty again. See, I used to get stuck at this red when I jumped the train from Birmingham, Bambalam. One of the diesel ends has stalled. Uh-oh. Supposed to stop for this, aren't you? And engine start. The fault has been fixed. Right. No, not reverse. Reverse will throw the gearbox out through the roof. All right, can we go? Good. I like the way it just stops for you when you put it into neutral like that, and it goes, well, I'll just stop then. That's okay. C says looks red, not yellow. Hopefully I haven't got the mod running. Town Roam would be nice upon release a sound mod for the Voyager. I think there is one, actually. I think there is. Let me just stop this accelerating quite so fast and just pop over to Train Sim Community and see if there was. Train Sim Community 220 sound. Yeah, there is. I thought so. This is a sound mod for Voyager in the HST. I tried it. I wasn't a great fan of it. Made it sound a little bit different, but not much. Well, we almost got a gratuitous bridge shot. Clearly going too fast. Clearly exhibiting the correct amount of care for that. Here's a nice spot to catch the train. We're not really doing 75 miles an hour. Full bananas. Sabs Manchester trains probably next Monday if I can. The Green Machine. It's not in regular service, but there is a test train running. I will not be there on Monday. Let me see if I can find out when the test train is. It is 21st. Where's the stream gone? Oh, there it is. I didn't tell you that, but that's 6. I wouldn't mind going to watch it, but no time. Getting a bit more rural now. I had a personal guided tour of this route by a very nice friend of mine by the name of Daisy. Daisy makes quite unique announcements on these trains. I should get her to give me a recording. Still very moist. Whoa, tractor poo everywhere. Someone should rake that up. Mosey Rail Train says it's not craving for attention, it's just what people have said. Look, I don't think it is crap. I actually think it's the best of the releases, honestly. 5 was a bit woeful when it came out. 6 has been quite good. There haven't been that many dramas. So if anybody's whinging, should probably wonder what their expectations actually are. Town Rover says every simulator is unrealistic. Yeah, it does have its unrealistic bits. It definitely does. But, you know, it's just what it is. It's like steam firing. There is no good steam firing game. There just isn't. Mersey Rouse is a true modeler will put it right. Probably not, because they won't have the money. Melbourne Train guys, so a lot of people to say the 90 is not accurate. We've only seen a few teaser photos. People always say that. That rivet's in the wrong place. Uh-oh, too fast again. Even the raw rivet's looking okay. Shadows are drawing well. Little farms and things look nice. I couldn't tell you if those are accurate or not because you can't see them from the train, but it's got a good feel to it. Give it that. Is it that way? No, it's alright. But this is what I wanted to look at. Farm. Little farm and factory. Bob's Ride Madness, Mersey Rail Train Sim Classic. I would say people worship DTG, but it's a good way to drive a train without having to go near the real things, and no one is forcing you to buy or play it. Yeah, I don't know people. Look, I shouldn't say I don't know there's people that worship DTG, because there are some people who do, and they won't take any kind of criticism. But there are points where it could be better, for sure. But it is a good game. I think you should be more specific, Mersey Rail Train Sim Classic, if you want to talk about the 90. Just tell us what's actually wrong with it, rather than giving us something vague like that. If you want to, you're welcome to pop onto my Discord. That looks all right. Things of ballast and stuff. I like that. Sign. What's sign say? Need to know. Need to know. Oh, nice. But pop on my Discord. There's a link in the channel page. And pop up some photos comparing what you've seen from the game and what you've seen in real life. .6 from Stafford. We'll have a wander around Stafford because we want to do that. Yeah. Is that enough caravans? It's like a gypsy farm. That's where they make new gypsies. Oh, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. Nah. Not a fan. Not a fan. Town Roma says, I'm alright with it being slightly unrealistic. Happy to find I have a 90 in the game. It's one of my favourite electric locos. It's just good to have another loco that's not a 66. I like sheds. I chased lots of sheds when I was in the UK. It kind of became a pastime. Where's today's shed? When are we seeing today's shed? We haven't seen a shed yet today. Joshua says it's looking awesome. Melbourne Train Guy says Chocky Transport would be nice to have the 350s as an optional DLC for the other West Coast main line. It would. I imagine there'll be a mod timetable out pretty quickly, I would suggest. They come out pretty quick. Actually, I should pop up a poll, shouldn't I? Start a poll. Bambalam. Crewe. Yay. May. Wait for sale. No. Am I there yet? I better start stopping because I'm putting a poll in.
We are now approaching Stafford. Please mind
Back just in time.
the platform and take care when stepping down from the train.
Please mind the gap. We're now approaching Stafford. It's as far away from Birmingham as you can get. It's looking nice and weedy and stuff around here. Still a bit clean, but you know, that's this game. This game is clean. I've seen plenty that take it the wrong way. The Soviet one is a good example of games that took it the wrong way, made it too dirty. Merseyrail, you're clearly not looking at the same game that the rest of us are.
This is Stafford. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is
Caleb would like to see more US routes and US Steam. US routes, there's stuff coming up. Samantha's Trains has reminds me of New Zealanders' attitude. Be nice to our eastern states. They're lovely. We'll have to return to free roam when this ends, so we can walk around Stafford and have a good look. There we go. And return to free roam, and let's get out before the AI runs away with it, because it will. And let's have a look. Staffordshire University. You're already buggering off, too. I got out just in time, didn't I? Oh. Is that the bin bags on the other end of the building? Yep. You can see them through the window. That's funny. Ooh. Is this a working one? It is a working one. How come they have them here but not at Smethwick Galton Bridge? Ooh, what happened there? The doors went through the wall. Boop. Robot. Route map? No. Support local, shop local. Yeah, it's another working one. Nice and grubby. Another working one. Oh, if only we had jump. No, can't even get near them, let alone go in them. Boop, boop. No going in there. Bus stops. What are we thinking, Mr. Local? How's it looking? There's another poster. Can't quite see through those. Cages. Oh, shed, 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 shed. It's very hard to do this sideways when there's people. I keep running into the people. Anyway, that's enough shed action. Sorry for walking into you, mate. Sorry for clobbering you. I did see that in the bike racks somewhere, here they are, we have multicoloured bikes, which is good to see. Can we go inside? No. Can we get round the back? No. How about around here? Ooh, maybe. No. Hmm.
The next train to arrive at platform 5 will be
Boop.
the 0814 London
Boop.
Northwestern Railway service to Liverpool
Ticket
High
hall?
Street. Calling at Crewe.
Not alive. Buy tickets, buy queues. The info counter. No information clearly. Do you know, I think it might have been Caltrain the first time we saw people queue for tickets in the game. It was just kind of cool. I think that looks cool. We'll pop that up because we've got a goods train in the background. Because, you know, and more? That'll do. That'll do fine. Off destinations, very nice. That's often a thing that gets left out, and we only get the destinations for the route itself. Good to see that. Bit of pizza. Can we go to the toilet? No, thank you, Matt. Pendo. So I'm thinking this is a potentially good railfan station as well. Did we get up there? Let's go try. Oh, I wonder if you can get up there. Inquiring minds need to know. It's nice brutalist concrete construction. Oh, that's what you need to do to get out there. Wish we could get out there. That would be cool. But you can get up here at least. So there's a couple of railfan spots. Well, isn't it weird? You can see a pole through the roof. So I get up to a railfan spot, and are there any trains now? No. Wandering around inside? Lots of trains. That's pretty normal. We need jump. Must have jump. Get on the roof. How do you get to that platform? Maybe you don't. I'm guessing that might go off to a footy ground or something like that. It looks like one of those temporary entrances. So this platform is probably not used most of the time. It's just a bit of a bypass. Oh, very nice and dirty magnets. I think they might be the best ones we've seen in the game yet. Very nice indeed. What do you think about a nice dirty magnet, eh? Yes. Well, you've seen plenty of dirty magnets, judging by that look. I think we need to do a stopper. Melbourne Train Guy says, how did the robots get to half the places they get to? People pick them up and carry them there, would be my bet. Bob's Rail's getting DCC control on a few buildings for model railway tomorrow. Current DCC controller is packed up on me. Second-hand one after all. I have got one sitting in my cupboard that I have never used because we moved before I built the railway. Before I finished it anyway. We probably want a 350, but I'm not sure which one we actually want, because we want to go from Crewe. We want to go all the way. Crewe to Birmingham New Street. 5 hours, 17 minutes. Deal. Was that during the day? 5:17. So if we go to... Yeah, June. That should be all right, shouldn't it? June should be fine. It should be daylight. Let's do it. There are rail tours, Bob's Railway Madness. Just going back through the chat, there's a few people asking Merseyrail what he actually runs. I run an i9 1490 something or other and a 4080. Samantha says Merseyrail and you get a Steam refund thanks to it on Steam. Tried to play my game for about an hour. Sim will fire things up to turn on and off when they want to. I think your machine's sad, Merseyrail. Computers, a high-spec gaming laptop, 32 gig of RAM, 2 terabyte Intel Core i7. i7 is not high-spec, Sunshine. i9 is high-spec. But what's your video card? Bob's Railway Madness. I'm getting new DCC controller and buildings. We talked about that. A Nevada GPU. What the hell's a Nevada GPU? I've never heard of it. I've got to Google this now. Nevada. And it won't have two. It'll have 2 video encoders. Oh, NVIDIA. Nevada. Nevada's a state, mate. Right. But which video card actually is it? Town Roamer's running a Ryzen 7800 3D 5070 Ti. Ooh, nice setup. Nice setup. Anthony Struss says they've done a good job with Stafford Station. I'm trying to find out what our Merseyrail friend is running for a video card, because I think I know what his issues are. Stop at Station Stafford in 24 miles. Well, this clearly doesn't stop everywhere, but I tell you what, we're gonna stop at every single station because we want to have a look around, don't we? And headlights, day running, and fusey things. Are they over here? Oh, there they are. I need to around here somewhere. Boop, 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 boop. She's going to explode, Captain. All right. Well, first up, we're going to get up at Crewe. So let's get out and have a look. Let's pop the DRA on. Oh, I shouldn't have turned that on, should I? Weird. Actually, if I put it back into neutral, I should be able to get up, shouldn't I? With the DRA on. Yes. G'day, mate. Just exploring. Ooh, different screens. What do people think of those? I like the peely paint. This must have had a roof at some time in its life, surely. So many stations with that patterning on the walls that you can't see because there's a train in the way. Off-route stuff again. Good. Looks pretty realistic to me. Ah! There's a reason there's nothing on that side, isn't there? Aha! There's more of them. Whoop. I do have to wonder if that's for a future capability. Not for calls. I think that looks pretty nice, to be honest with you. I think the LOD needs a bit of work on that. Elevator, working by the looks. More bicycle racks. Curved platform. Did I just walk through one of those? No? Nice triple tripping hazard. Why are you sticking out into the loading area? No, I don't want to give it up. We're going to drive it. Honest we are. We're just looking around. We're exploring. Invisible wall. Can't go further than that. No, we can't even walk all the way down the platform. Nice little bays. There should be some 150s or some 153s sitting in here probably at some point. Where's it going? Holyhead? Or coming from Holyhead, maybe? Oh, that's handy. Crewe. I'm liking the brickwork. I reckon that's quite nice. Done a good job with that. That looks really good. Can't get into the offices. Yep, we can duck through the hole. Good. Can we go out here? Can. Yeah, how weird. That'll let you come out here. Onto the disused platform. I wonder if there's meant to be a collectible around there or something. Oh, do they work? There's a question. Oh, hang on. Boop. No. It's worth a try. You can get onto the disused platform, which is good. No, I don't want to give it up. I want to annoy the dispatcher. Oh, it's track missing. What about over here? Don't come down here with an electric train. You might get a surprise. I think we might go back to our train. What do you think? I'm quite liking this. Stadium. Manusoft PC hardware. Cloud products. Reliable evacuation execution? Evacuation demolition, I think is what that says. All right. Back through the sticky weed. Oh, they can put a climb up on this platform. And there's a robot. I don't know why I'm walking up here. Floating grass, good to see. I must be holding onto the rails pretty tight. Aha! Victory! Alright, let's go back to our train. They've got the junction lighting. Which one was it? Was it that one? I think it was this one, wasn't it? Was this ours? There's no one in it, so I guess so. And the door's open. Alright then. Already going too fast. Look how naughty I am. Never mind. I think Crewe looks pretty good. I haven't been keeping up with the chat, but what do you guys think? Chucky says it's time for lunch. Lots of the chat has scrolled away. I kind of apologise for that. Josh says he's picking it up as soon as he can. Crewe Junction box. This was one of the first computerised boxes, this one. I think it's still running. But they don't need Windows. Let's have a bit of a look at the depot as we come through here. Orange paths. Not much in there, but there's a little bit. What about around here? Oh yeah, some Midland stuff. Well, that's interesting. Somehow I don't think that's meant to be quite there. Where's my train gone? Oh, it's up there. Probably stopped. Oh no, still going. That looked pretty good for the most part. Town Roamer says, thinking of trading my rail driver for the TSCX. From your experience, what's it like? It's easy to set up, fairly reliable. Well, you probably saw the difficulties I had at the start of the stream, but that's really the software. You do need this, the rail driver and joystick interface, which you can download from a link on the forums, which I can go and grab for you if you want to. Joystick interface, and it's for TS. There it is. So this is the software you need. Once you get used to it, I've got a couple of tutorials on setting it up. It's pretty decent. It's got a nice feel to it. We're not using these levers, so I can play with them to my heart's content. You can make them as stiff as you want. It's quite heavy. It's hefty. A lot of people say it's all metal. It's definitely not. This component here is 3D printed, so is that. The top is metal, but it's not all metal. And the handles actually come off. So I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing. I'll try and do that a bit better. So the handle is basically this part, and there's the bolt that goes through it. The bolt's what gives it the heft. I don't know what they're made of, but they're bloody heavy, because the handles are 3D printed and machined. Well, they might just be machined, I suppose. It's not necessarily 3D printed, but the idea is you'll be able to get different handles for it in the future. A friend of mine's thinking of 3D printing some for different kinds. So you might put a T-handle on this one, for example, which I think would be good. So if he ever does it, I'll be buying some from him for sure. The buttons are nice. They're nice mashable buttons. Hey, what do you know? DRE's done with the PZB button. I didn't know that. Well, there you go. Something I know every day, which is handy because I put it on a red one. That makes sense. I'll use that from now on. Handy. I still have the old beast, though. The old beastie. Still got it. I bought that in 2001 to run with Microsoft Train Simulator. And sometime after that, I started using it with trains. I think about 2004 was when I got trains. And I can't remember when I got Train Sim Classic. Maybe 08. You think my cam is zoomed in? Which one? I can zoom it in more. It's funny when I'm on a Teams meeting with work, we've got these massive screens in the office. And if it's just me, there's this, it's like being in The Wizard of Oz, this giant head glaring at them. Do the red plates make it run better? Melbourne train guy? The grip it and rip it effect. Since I don't have DSD on. Oh, clearly I do have DSD on. Oops. Reset. Power on. Never mind. Michael Lee loves it. Bob's right, Manus. I wonder how much of the Crewe Heritage Centre is models. I know it's near the station. It's not there at all. I wish it was there. Lord Vectron says DRA only works with some trains. Hello.
I was just trying to read.
I'm trying to read chat. You should put your glasses on, then you can read the chat. I wear my glasses. What's
Your
up?
cake. Your cake is frosted.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to bed.
Now, I suppose I should do that.
Oh, you turn.
Oh, yeah. DSD does work. So does little screen. But I've got it on the classic mode now. I've decided I don't like the zooming into the screen thing. But I guess on this one you have to, because you can't actually push the buttons, can you? You can't really see what it says. What does that do? Guard key off and on. Okay. Holy Trucker says, question for TSW6. Do I have to have Naverka Dresden installed if I have Leipzig Dresden? No, you don't need to have Naverka Dresden installed. Everything that it was needed from that route is packaged with the other one. Another nice bridge. I don't reckon we've seen that one before, you know. Solar panels. Cool. Quiet you. Town Roma says it looks a lot heftier than the rail driver, despite looking a bit like it's made by someone's garage. It is a bit like that. The bending on it is actually quite nice. It's a nice case. There's no sharp edges or anything on it. So it is made quite well. I think the only thing that I think is a little bit fragile is at the base of the lever mechanisms. That's... if the lever manages to move this way, it'll snap one day. But you can't move the lever very much, so it's a good thing. I'll try with that one. Because you can't move... if you could move it much further than that, I reckon you could wear that part out. It's just this one thin little metal part holding it up. Yes, I took mine apart. What a surprise. Have we got a 150... sorry, not a 150, a 350 going too fast? How is that possible? Don't mind, though. I think our Mersey man's gone off to complain to someone else. He doesn't seem to be here anymore. Building. Building. Wonder what that was. I'll have to have a look on maps and see what that is. Where's my drink bottle gone? There it is. I see what you did there, Holy Trucker. I don't mind if people complain about the game. If they've got genuine gripes, then go right ahead. But I have a faint suspicion his issue is his setup, not the game. Anybody that plays games on a laptop, and I don't care what brand of laptop it is, and expects gaming machine performance has been conned. Because you do not get gaming machine performance out of a laptop. Not unless you pay $10,000, $15,000. Which I'm tipping most people don't. We didn't put dynamic weather on, did we? It's got a little bit of a fog to it. Interesting. Yeah, it could be an old signal box pub. That's one of the few bridges I've seen repeated, I think. Line side cabinets. Bit of a creek. Or a little river, one or the other. Radio antennas are good, and I'm glad they don't have collision on them because they don't whack your camera around. Caleb Keppel has a Ryzen 9 9950 128 gig of DDR5 with an NVIDIA 5090. Well, someone around you's got a lot of money, or used to. That's quite a nice rig. What happened there? What's going on with that? Does the road just end like that in reality? Well, maybe, but doesn't look right. He's probably gone to complain to Google. Yeah, it could be. Melbourne train guy, goes photography or over to Hentis to stream. Well, he won't last long with Hentis. Hentis will just rip him to bits. He's not as patient as I am. And Holy Trucker says it's a lot of grass. Yep. I saw junk. Where junk? Oh, it's just sleepers. Actually, they're GSM antennas, aren't they? 5G. Put your tinfoil hats on, boys and girls. It's quite a long way from Crewe to Stafford, isn't it? You don't really do anything in the middle. Lord Vectron says gaming laptops are compromise machines. No power, no battery life, and all heat. Yes, they are, very much so. Or Gaff might have gone to Joe's stream, he could have. Town Romer says gaming laptops also require a lot more maintenance. A lot of people camped out there. What maintenance people think? Before upgrading to desktop, I was constantly cleaning them out. Yeah, if you don't clean them out, they just start to throttle themselves and die. I need to rewind the stream and check and see if we turned on dynamic weather on, because it does have a light mist about the route, doesn't it? And I wonder if that's a performance thing, because the frame rate's actually pretty low here for me. What's that, 37, 38? That is quite low. What if I go down lower? Yeah, back up to 60. So most people aren't going to sit up here, so I suppose I can see a long way, so... Yeah. When I can see into the distance, it does drop. Not as much as before, though. Chucky says, looks like dispatching stuff on a new scenario on the Riviera line. No, it's possible, because, you know, they love testing stuff like that, so you never really know, do you? It's quite conceivable, I think. There's a green bridge. Nice little factory. Spare track panels ready for replacement works. Speeding, how unusual. Chocky is back from lunch. Good. Mr. Hawk says Caleb Keppel, 128 gig of RAM. It's not that uncommon to have that much RAM if you're doing things with it. Games will never use it. Games probably won't use more than 32, generally speaking. But if you're doing video production and things like that, the more RAM you've got, the better, because you can keep more of the video in memory for the rendering. I've got 48. Yeah, it's 48 in mine. Who knew you could buy 24 gig sticks? But you can. And they were cheap, so I did. And they're fast. No, they're not badly over speed. Come on, we're in the yellow. It's fine. But we have got Stafford coming up, so we should probably start slowing down for that. Holy Trucker says, hey, ChatGPT, wasn't my train sim world shit? ChatGPT answers, because your laptop's shit. Yep, that's fair. Don't worry about it, C. It's fine. Josh runs an i5 11400F, 32 gig of DDR4 and an RTX 3060. You could get better performance if you went up to an i7 and a DDR5 motherboard. You'd get significantly better performance than what you're getting now, as long as you buy RAM that's faster as well. It is something a lot of people forget as they buy a fast processor and fast storage, but they forget about their RAM. I'm going to slow down to 64. I was looking at that, reading that, going 60, but now it's 80. Party on, dude. Yellow light. Alright, now it's 60. I knew there was 60 coming somewhere. Double yellow followed by double yellow. That's good timing. Gav says, holy trucker, you mean Google Gemini. Melbourne Train Guy says, when you're complaining about something not even having a few more work in progress pictures, it's annoying. Yes, it is a bit. That's why I did invite the guy. Look, jump on my Discord and show what you mean. He won't, but that's okay. Custom light clouds 20th of June. Yeah, so no mist, but we've got a little bit of mist. That's interesting. Interesting indeed. They did use that on the Little Barn and Middenwald Barn to improve performance. So maybe they've done that here too. It's not as though England's never misty. It's not that uncommon.
We are now approaching. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
Anybody else notice we can hear it? First it said now approaching, but it didn't say the station name. But you could actually hear the platform announcements too from, what, half a kilometre away? Interesting. Ah, if only you could SLI 50 series. SLI is a dead thing, I'm sad to say. Back at Stafford. And open.
This is Stafford.
Aww. I thought that was going all the way, Birmingham to Crewe, but no, it went from Crewe, and it didn't go to Birmingham. So we don't get to go all the way on this one. That's sad, isn't it? All right. Return to timetable. Let's find another one. Overkill is always good. Match trick performance, adding fog in a game of performance in the previous stream. Yeah, well, he did it on this one, didn't he? From Crewe to Birmingham New Street. So this one should go through. Let's do this one. Hopefully it does. Light clouds, so no fog. And it's 6:03 in the morning, so that should be all right. Let's bring it back to... Let's run it in August. No particular reason, we just will. So I should offer him a tissue, should I, Holy Trucker? Guess so. Chocky says, I've no clue about any of this talk. You missed it. 5090 or bust. You know, for gaming, a 5090 is serious overkill. 5080 is overkill unless you stream or record. Let's get this set up. Right-hand doors, I'm guessing. So which 350 are we in this time? Headlights. Daylights. We'll turn on everything except TSD so it doesn't yell at us. And then we do DRA. And we will pop it back. I keep forgetting which way to turn it on my thingy. Right. Oh yeah, window open would be good. Wasn't what I meant to do, but good. Ooh. Ooh. Timing. So what'd she do? She fell off from up there. That guy's managed to get down all right. Yeah, looks like the buffers go into the... Oh, that might be legit. Maybe. So why'd the other one fall off? There's no gap in the wall here. Huh. Isn't that weird? Oh, there is a slight pause there, actually. As I was moving along. Yeah, there's a slight pause right before the end. I reckon there's a tiny gap there. Where'd you come from? So if I just stand here and look up, is someone going to fall on my face? I think I should stand there. It's probably time to take our train out, isn't it? Oh, no, not quite. Let's get it ready, though. And let's check our timetable, this one. Come on. Door.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to London Euston. We'll be calling at Stafford, Penkridge, Wolverhampton, Cosby, Birmingham New Street, Stafford, Beer Hall, Marston Green, Birmingham International, Tile Hill, Coventry, Rugby, Long Button.
Hello, Hannah Scott.
Wolverton, Milton Keynes Central.
SLI for 5090s. Can't do it. Can't do 40s either. Be nice, though. Lord Vectron says, no SLI, I want high frames, not burn my house down. Anything 90, overkill.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
Melbourne Train Guy says, hello to Hannah. Holy Trucker says, this and Just Train's new route a must buy, to be honest. TSW6 is cooking this year. It all happening really quick. My wallet's going to take a pounding this side of Christmas. I'm glad to hear you positive about it, actually. It's a good thing. Because you're not shy. For you to be positive, you know it's pretty good. Says he going too fast, as usual. Town Romus is going out quickly, back in an hour or so. I don't know if I'll still be going then, because it's 10:30 at night here, and I have to be at work at 8 tomorrow. But we'll be around for a while. We're at least getting this to Birmingham Bambalam. And we want to stop and look at all the stations, because we can. Caleb says, my PC, I built to future-proof it and starters, and that game needs a lot of performance. Mr. Hawk says, tell that to MSFS24. Holy Trucker, imagine going over to a YouTube channel dedicated to TSW and crying about the game, then the owner of the channel, with no remorse, just offers you a tissue to wipe away the tears. That's what he will be getting if he goes to Hentus. Hentus will just smack him. So he probably was... No one Hentus has probably blocked him anyway. Because I find it kind of funny, so... I don't really mind. They appear, they whinge, they disappear. Crowd takes care of them usually. Chocky says, funny woman, Andy, vanishing point, and trespasser. Yes. Michael Lay says, $7,000 AU i7 1200 HX 32 gig DDR5 RTX 3800 16 gig gaming laptop. Those specs sound... Oh, no, that's the gaming card. It's probably 3080, the card, I would think. It would work with TSW, but it is, if it's a laptop, it's probably not that fast. That seems pretty expensive for a laptop, to be honest with you, for those specs. That seems kind of high to me. Melbourne Train Guy says, not to nitpick, but are the stop times going to be fixed? It's actually a core bug, so I hope they are, because it impacts a lot of things. It's not a root bug. So I would hope so. Ooh, suspension. Bouncy. Bouncy, bouncy. That's what we want. Except we should stick our head out the other side, really, shouldn't we? That makes more sense. Like a dog. Hannah says, see it, look away, say nothing, snitches get stitches. Lord Vectron says, I had a 3090 because it wouldn't be scalped at launch, 15% eBay voucher, and ended up costing me the same as the scalp 3080 prices at the time. That's alright. Yeah, I waited till the MSI Supreme X 4080 came out to get my card. Because the Supreme cards from MSI are very well known for running cool. They have very good cooling. You pay a couple of $100 extra for it, but I'd rather have a cool box. Because, you know, a hot box, very uncomfortable. You can get creams for it, though. So, you know, it's not a disaster. As we make our way to Stafford, yet again, that's why I'm riding inside, because we rode outside last time. Holy Trucker says, it probably guessed I'm a Kiwi. Yeah, I know you're a Kiwi. We're nice to our eastern states. And Chocky says, you realise getting it there means no spads. Well, I'm not going to guarantee that. But we'll see. I do see a red signal creeping up on the right, though. Creeping, creeping. Hannah says, Melbourne Train Guy, they mentioned the preview should be a day one patch. Day one is what I'm running. So if it's not fixed in this, it won't be fixed tomorrow. It's a short little thing, isn't it? A little bit of fog action happening still. Now we definitely know, you know, we only picked light clouds. Maybe the clouds are just really low. Why am I red? I'm red today. Usually I'm yellow. Yeah, more light? That's worse. Looks like a sunburnt monkey. C says the Stafford 4 needs correcting and wording correctly. Only fault I have with this route. You like it very much? I thought Stafford looked alright. What was wrong with Stafford? We can go look at something if you want when we get here in 17 miles time. More beans. Up the grade. 3-star Reds, thanks for the stream. Looking forward to seeing this route. Just envious like glorious sunshine you're waking up to dull and wet here in the UK. I hate to tell you, it's raining here tomorrow. But we need the rain because we are already super dry here. It's only October and the grass in my yard is dying already. It doesn't usually die until probably the end of December, early January. It's going to be a rough one, I think. Michael says, I play all of TSW 4 and 5 and 6 on the laptop. Yeah, look, some laptops work okay. But a desktop of the same specs is usually better because they're better cooled. So make sure you keep yours clean, Michael. If you see anything building up in your vents, get them cleaned out. MTG says it does a similar thing with Mildmay and a few of the platforms. Holy Truckers, routes coming. I want the class 805. Oh, the wording underneath at the stop at location. Okay. When we get to Stafford, I'll hop out and you show me what you mean. It's missing the word platform. Ah. Melbourne Train Guy says, hopefully have a nice hot summer this year. Screw this cold already. I'm tipping we're going to be on fire this year, MTG. I think it's going to be a bad one. Either this year or next year is going to be really bad. I'm personally thinking this year. I reckon that could be a signal box. What's interesting, though, is... Oh, no, it does go through both sides. See, clearly this is big enough for a train line. So I wonder if it ever had one. Was there a branch or something that went through there and went off that way at some point? Up over the hill? Would seem unlikely. We're only a whisker over 100. Stop your complaining, game. No, it's not petty, see? If you notice, you notice. And the trouble is, once you see something like that, it can get annoying because you see it every time you go there. Mr. Hawk says, we are already on fire. Yeah, a few places we are. It's unusual for Victoria to be this dry. 35 miles! What an excellent reward! MTG says, if only we could have the heat without the fires. That, my friend, is called the tropics. Go to Japan in summer. Bit warm. Holy Trucker says, do you think trains will break their November releases this year? It's rare to have two UK routes so close. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I reckon they'll probably bring it out. Why wouldn't they? Lord Vectron says, I always think they build them for future lines and never use them. Yeah, quite possibly. There's lines here that were built for 3 and 4 tracks and they've never gone in. And there's some where the 3rd and 4th track is in, but it's never used. Tree Sim World. How's that look? It's the only tree for all that distance, and we end up in it. Of course. 10 miles to Stafford. Lord Vectron says, Preston to Crewe is vaporware. JT has been pretty quiet. Chucky says, I have a laptop, which means I can take it anywhere. And you've played TSW in the pub. I've played it on a train. Because... Steam Deck. It was silly carrying it around England, though. I carried it around for the whole trip. I think I used it twice. So it was not a good decision to take that with me. It was just weight that I didn't need to carry. I should charge it, actually. No, I'll charge it when it's daylight. It hasn't been charged for a little while. It'll need it. Melbourne Train Guy says, I spent a bit of time out Kingaroy and that was sticky enough. Just want a good dry heat. Not asking for much. 3-Star Red says, Christmas Day on the beach sounds great for me. I prefer my Christmas Day with a bit of UK winter sunshine. Well, I live 5 kilometres from the beach, so, you know, you could walk down to the beach for Christmas Day. I couldn't drive down there on Christmas Day. It's a bit too much of the... Holy Trucker says, imagine the date. What do you do for a living? I'm a train driver. She goes home with you. She asks you, you're off to work. You turn on your PC and start playing Train Sim World. That would be funny. Oh, gee, these days she's probably a gamer too, so it's probably go, wow, look at that. That's a bit of all right. There's some houses, and their windows aren't buried in dirt. Cool. Hey, what was this place? What are these people doing next to the little buildings? Is this like Dogging Central or something? Are they holiday cabins? I'm guessing there must be holiday cabins or something. Or it's just the local spot. Where'd you meet, missus? Well, we went dogging. Chocky Transport says, Christmas in the height of summer sounds so alien to me being in the UK. Actually, our neighbours, we've got neighbours from the Baltic area on one side of us, and on the other side we've got Irish, and they miss the snow. They were commenting that Christmas just isn't right without snow. UK has lots of sunshine, see? Both of my trips have had lots of sunny days. A couple of interesting rainy ones as well, but mostly sunny. Quite warm too. I got sunburnt feet on my last trip. Wore my sandals too much. That's why UK people wear socks in their sandals, isn't it? So they don't get sunburnt feet. Melbourne Train Guy says, Summer Chrissy is the only way, really. Well, that's the only way you used to. June and July, it's all sun, no clouds, high humidity, and everything breaks. Like cross-country trains. Good thing we're not in a cross-country train now. No, we're in a green one. And not far from Stafford. Just start coasting now the rest of the way. Best not to ask, you reckon, Hannah? 3-Star Reds asked, what is the next big UK route you would like after we get Crewe Preston? I reckon some Welsh coastal action. Going to the Talathin and Porthmadog. I reckon that'd be good. Chucky says we would never get snow anything in London. And yesterday was full of wind and rain all day, waiting for steam trains in that is miserable. But they look good in that weather. You got to admit they look good. I have proof, Mr. Hawk. There was much sun in the UK. Hannah says Gemmell, Ipswich or Norwich to Liverpool Street. All pretty reasonable choices. Be nice to get Shrewsbury in the game. On the way to Wales. That would be nice. You could get that weird platform in that's the intersection of two Transport for Wales routes. And you can't get on or off the platform except by train. It's just for meeting trains. That would be red, wouldn't it? That would indeed be red. Should probably stop. Mr. Hawk says they do have the Sun. It's a shitty newspaper. That was Melbourne Train Guy said that, sorry. Chucky says Victoria to Ashford, but it's a star, so I am biased. In a blue 377. Getting into politics. What's in front of us, do you think? It should probably him. And should we delete it? Did that other one next to it just cross our path, maybe? Come on, out of the map. What are we waiting for? To call a signaller. Nah, denied. Maybe that Pendo's crossing our path or something. Or did I go the wrong way on the map? I did go the wrong way on the map. What an idiot. Oh, there's a train in there. Stupid thing. So he says stopped at instruction, yeah? Does that mean his service is finished?
5 will be the 0628 cross country.
Let's go up there and have a look at him. Let's go look. Whee!
And platform 5 for the 0628 cross country.
Oh, it's across country. It's probably broken down. Get out of here. Couldn't give us a different platform or something. No. Is this a sign that's missing something? Platform number underneath it or something like that?
For the 0628 cross country.
Go on. Get out.
Calling at only.
I must have got in early. Oh, he's leaving. Good. Quiet, you. Sorry, folks. We're being held at a red signal. We should be on our way shortly. The cross-country didn't break down and should be getting out of the way any second now. What Vectron wants the route is a huge chunk with no electrification. We have one, soon two, bi-mode 800s and nowhere to bi-mode them. You like a bit of bi-mode action, do you? Andy Ladd. Okay, since everybody's sharing PC specs, mine are i5-10400F, RTX 3060, 12 gig and 32 gig DDR4. I know it needs upgrades, basically a potato. That's not too terrible. It's not brilliant, but it's not too terrible. That way. Ladies and gentlemen, the signal has cleared. We are on our way into the platform now. Hannah used to work for the Sun in customer service. I know someone that used to work for a newspaper like the Sun on page 3. She used to make a bit of money out of that. I don't think they'd pick her anymore, though. She's my age.
We are now approaching Stafford. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016. Coventry, Rugby, Northampton, Wolverton.
Brighton to Portsmouth and Littlehampton. Oh, that's the line around the coast, isn't it? Goes to that museum that I can't remember what it's called.
Northwestern Railway Service.
Chocky wants some East Coast Main Line, he's been told.
This is 4 for the 06. Calling at Penkridge. Cosley.
Yeah, I see what you mean. The hard just missing the word platform.
Coventry. Rugby.
Kind of funny, really. Noah HO3 cross country making it tough for everyone, not just themselves.
And
Chocky doesn't want the East Coast Main Line. No, not at all. 387s, 379s, and 700s. He knows a lot about the route he doesn't want. Chocky says, TSD, what's happening on Friday? I am running a diesel. I'm the one doing all the work on the back of the Thomas specials. I just wanted a nice, easy shift, so I picked a diesel, and I'm out with GG. So there's an opportunity for getting a drive. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. It's up to him. Sometimes he doesn't feel like driving, and he just goes, you do it. Sometimes you're going off into the station, and you come back, and the controls are on your side of the cab, and you go, well, okay then, let's rock. We're here for a long wait. Oh, do I actually have to sit in the chair to do that? Really? I don't want to go off. Spiky things with no collision. Perfect. I like finding things like this. You can just go for a wander. Is it time to leave yet? Not quite. Needs the words free candy written on it. What happened there? Ooh, floaties. Must be something pretty good going on in there if it's floating. Nah, we finally ran into a wall. No, we can go this way, though. Do you know if you went this far on a PlayStation, it would probably crash. It's cool that you can walk all the way in here. Nice little track pile. Some sleepers. An on-tracking point for equipment. Former tracks, ripped up in their prime, probably by them. No, I don't want to give it up. Oh, it's time, isn't it? Uh-oh. Control 0 put me down here. Oh, I guess we can drive from down here, can't we? It'd work, wouldn't it?
will be the 0638.
One. That was kind of funny. All right, so we put DRA back off. And reverser, no forwards. It's working. Get the doors shut. What do you think's missing, Luke Snowball? What have I not done?
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway.
Can I has power?
London Euston.
Or has it had a fault?
Wolverhampton, Cosley, Birmingham New Street, Stafford, Beer Hall, Marston Green, Birmingham International, Tile Hill.
I have turned off DRA, haven't I? Yep.
Long Buckby, Northampton, Wolverton, Milton Keynes Central, Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard, and London Euston.
You know what it is?
Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
Now we can go? Maybe? No? Oh, come on. Did I break it?
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police
Reboot it.
on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
Have we got a door open somewhere or something? Oops, we had my door open. The rest look closed. The APT wouldn't run at all. It did 3 runs in its entire lifetime. There we go. What was wrong with it? It's just being sad. Andy Ladd wants a modern-day Liverpool cruise because born in Liverpool. I've been to Liverpool twice. Once intentionally and once not. Don't ask. Wasn't Richie showing up to sing some absolute bars? That'll happen on Friday night when I run Chocky's scenario. I forgot to do it on Sunday because I remembered I had trains and I'd completely forgotten that I'd told Chocky that I'd run his thing. But he was very good about it. It's very patient. It's been after me to run a scenario for ages. Noah says the stop markers are looking well done. They got the font correct, which is good. If we come across any intermediate stations, we'll stop at them as well, because we can, just to have a look. Melbourne Trade Guy says, I think it will do fine on the PlayStation. Luke still wants the APT. You're never going to get the APT in the game, mate. It just won't happen. It definitely will not happen. Because the APT, I think it did, what did it do? 1 passenger run with passengers, 1 with the press, and its test run. That was it. Melbourne Train Guy says, Gaz Rockins, me running a signal at danger or overshooting. That seems fair. Chucky says, so I'll play the scenario, and yes, Richie's singing, apparently. And you're both going to be in chat. Don't know if I told you that. There's that horrible grass surface again. Good for performance, bad for the eyes. Penkridge is our next stop. It's a very exciting stop. It's delightful. Noisy little beast it is. You're going to be in the chat, Jockey. As in voice chat. Did I just see a... Oh, I did. Farm... Oh. It's got a phone. How do you even get over that? You just bump over the tracks, I guess. Okay. Michael says, Soti not see maps. Tam Walker says, who cares? It only runs 3 times, which is wrong. It ran a lot more than that UK. It's a sim game. The APT is one of the interesting trains UK, in my opinion. It's a Pendolino, basically. It's been the last 50 years, and the CSC model looks mint. I'm pretty sure it only ran 3 times in service. It did lots of test runs, but I'm pretty sure it was only 3 times in service. There's a documentary on it somewhere. Oh. Small overshoot. Small overshoot, but that's okay. Brakes are on. It's stopping. We'll come and look at the station. See, people distracted me with all their talk of the APT. Wow, it's like a big fern.
And London Euston. Platform 1 for the 0638 London North Western Railway service to London Euston. Platform 1 for the 0638 London North Western
That's pretty
Railway
good.
service to London Euston. Calling at Wolverhampton, Cosley.
Not a well-used station, clearly. Right, well, we've seen a station. It's all very good.
Northampton, Wolverton, Milton Keynes Central, Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard, and London Euston.
Wolverhampton, next stop.
Please
If there's any intermediate stations, we will stop at them.
displayed throughout the train.
Yep, never worth it. Never worth it. Reading chat, looks up.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it.
Railfan platform, maybe? Seems fair. Off to the evil wolves. That's better. Now we're not watching the overhead line equipment sail into our face. Yeah, someone spent a bit of time on that crossing. Well, Matt and I do have things in common, like that. Stephanie Audrey Boyd Trepeson. Hello, how are you? That's quite a name. Chocky Transport says, I'm sorry, but I don't know if I want to. Well, of course you want to. What's up there? Ooh, boxes. That's a factory waiting to happen. Lots of construction going on. Good to see. Noah says, just me, or is the ballast improved? Don't know. Actually, let me make sure I'm not running something. I did try out a ballast improvement mod at one point. Let me just make sure it's not actually installed. No editor, TS2 prototype, content. Do. No, I haven't got it installed. It's fine. Just want to make sure I didn't have a ballast mod installed since you asked that. Oops. Come on, mousey. Do what you meant to do. Do what you meant to do. There we go. Scottish with French and Italian ancestry. Cool. So I'm tipping if with that sort of background, you could get quite fiery. So the grass here is really nice. Why didn't they do that back there? No, there's no APT at Crewe. It's a Pendolino, though, which is basically an APT. They are pretty much the same train. The Brits invented the thing, made it happen, and then the Italians made it good. Most of the APT is at Shildon, isn't it? It's a power car, I think maybe 2 power cars and a carriage at Shildon. Although one of the power cars might be a mock-up. Bob's Railway Madness says one thing this route needs, Duchess of Sutherland and Princess Elizabeth for rail tours. Seems fair. It'll need a third party to do it, but it seems fair to me. What's at Shildon then? Stephanie says it isn't, and Dad worked on for the budget for it at BR. That's alright, see, you can lurk as much as you want. Maybe it wasn't at Shildon, maybe it was at York. No, it's not, it's at Shildon. What am I slowing down so early for? Because I missed it last time. Don't get me wrong, the APT is cool, but given it ran so little, I don't see anybody making it. They might make a static model of it, like that. There is actually a German steam engine on one of the routes as a mastery tile. Or is it a steam tram? I think it's a steam tram. So somebody might make a static model of it. Yeah, the APT's tilt was actually its undoing because it went so far over that it made people ill. And that's why the Pendo runs less than that. Ah, Bob says it's the APT-E that's at Shildon. It was there when I was there, which was only about a month ago. A month and a half ago or something. Is there a good spot to get a gratuitous bridge shot that's not in a tree? There's one. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. A bit less depth of field, though. Oop. And fix that. One down for you. And lots up for you. That'll do. Done. It's needed. Whee! APT being the gas turbine prototype. Yeah, that could be what's there. It was actually kind of funny. In one of the halls there, the lady that was supervising the hall, I talked to her for about 25 minutes about the stuff that was in there and the exhibits that I liked and didn't like, and she asked lots of questions. And I saw her recently on a documentary video. She's actually the director of the museum. I thought, well, that's cool. Sitting around, hanging around, talking to the guests, seeing what they like and don't like. That's smart. Should go inside so we can hear the announcement, shouldn't I? Just roll towards our track change. Yeah, the 86 and 87 have rail tours in here, and you see them spotted around occasionally.
When leaving the train, and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
Come crawling in. Here comes that impossible sight of a moving cross-country train. Wolverhampton feels about right to me. Floating lights. Clearly, no one sat at that angle. That'll do.
Railway service to London Euston. Calling at
The tram's only a bit of a token effort, though, which is sad.
Rugby, Long Buckby, Northampton, Wolverton, Milton Keynes Central, Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard.
There's a big sign for something missing over there, but I can't think what it is. I'll have to go look on Googly Maps later and see what it is.
Railway service to London Euston.
Probably be something difficult to get a license for.
Birmingham New Street, Stafford, Lea Hall, Marston Green, Birmingham International, Tile Hill, Coventry. Rugby, Long Buckby, Northampton, Wolverton, Milton Keynes Central, Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard, and London Euston. For passengers intending to travel on the service, please join the train now. Entry when ready.
I don't think anybody will kill you for wanting this, Stephanie. As you can see, it looks like 72% of people are actually going to get it as I cruise through here too fast. So 21 wait for sale, 7 no's. So that's not too bad. So that looks properly grotty, that does. I like that. I think we need one of these, don't we? We don't have to muck around with it this time, though. It's in focus. Save. Go. Done. That just looks nice. Yes, I know. And if we head down to the canal... Oops. Over here. G'day, mate. I'm just walking on sunshine, I am. How are you, Jesus? It's been a while, mate. Just walking on the water. Wow, that's some serious pallet wrecking. Yep. That's some serious pallet wrecking, that is. Is that hopefully available for shunting area? That would be good. C says Crewe is pretty accurate. Adam Hay says Melbourne Train Guide APT wasn't included because of performance. Crewe is big enough without it. You'd be entering Crewe from the south. You'd never see it anyway. You could put in something as a static model that only looked vaguely 3D and not really hurt performance very much. Adam took the source photos for it. Well, that's cool. Welcome along. It is looking pretty nice, I have to say. Back in that station, if you were watching, there were floating lights. We've seen the occasional floating truck, but not too much. Oh, and Jesus walking on the water back there. But fair enough. MTG says Crewe does look good, and it's the sole reason for 8th gen not getting their grubbies on it. No, I think it's a big enough route, and there's enough going on that performance would be disappointing on 8th gen. So it might work, but it would be disappointing. So I think it's the decision to not release it, I think, is a better one. Because really the people that are on 8th gen, 12, 13-year-old consoles, it's time to move on, really. How long's the PS5 been out? 5 years? About that, I think. Seems about that. I think eldest got his during COVID. Or maybe just before COVID. I just realised how big my hand looks.
Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
It'll work. Not Nebworthing this time. Alright, let's go have a look. Coastly? I'm guessing these windows are for performance reasons. Oh, there's newspapers down there for a collectible. Wonder how far we can walk up here. Looks nice. The things I particularly like are things like this, so the houses aren't stuck in the dirt. So whoever placed these gave a crap, basically. Well, there's a car in a house there, but, you know, that happens. People get drunk, drive home, make a bit of a mess. But we should probably leave, too. Get on to the next station, I guess. Alrighty, off we go. Joshua's going to do a video on this as soon as he gets his hands on the route, which isn't far away. Hannah Scott says, I think that building could be a Premier Inn. Just had a little look on maps. Yeah, I remember there's a big sign on it, but I couldn't remember what it was. I think there's a massive, massive Wolverhampton sign up around there too for the footy team.
Northampton, Wolverton, Milton Keynes Central, Leighton Buzzard.
Luke Snowball says, yes, there must be a static model of the APT, but as they said, it'd be on the other side of Crewe. So maybe when we get a Crewe towards Shrewsbury route.
With the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
The FPS for 8th gen would be 5 to 6 FPS, says Gav.
Doesn't look right. Speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on
Rex Tactics will begin to it too, probably, yes. Follower Kieran says, hi, Kieran from All Aboard. Just thought I'd pop in. Turns out the right time for a Gen 8 discussion. Yeah, welcome along, Kieran. I've put your interview with my mate Richie in the watch later list, because that should be interesting. Hope you had fun with him. Gen 8 was dropped mainly because Crewe was very intensive and would have meant stripping the timetable way back to the point that it's basically just the 350s. Yeah, I just... Should I stop here? No, but we're going to have a look, so I'll just slow down so we can pop out on the external camera. And watch this train depart. And watch ours fly through. So we'll have a quick look at the station. Round the back. Subway to go underneath, I'm guessing. If you see a few spots for posters for the collectibles. That's nice detail. Seeing underneath. Yeah, let's get on with it again. Optimization to Crewe still wasn't enough to Gen 8. Simply explains why I dropped it. I think it's a smart decision. It's just been too long for Gen 8. It just has. People need to give up. Gen 9, no announcements. It's probably not that far away. So I'd guess 6, 27, maybe. Gav says November 12, 2020 for the PS5, and the Xbox Series X and S came out November 10, 2020. Yeah, so it's about right, about 5 years. So surely that's long enough to hold onto a console. Should really call that Dudley Pint. Go there for a beer. Well, that's a cool platform, so the only way out is to go down there. Down the stairs. You pop out here. Well, that's cool. I like that. I think Luke Snowball just got told. Better bring my speed down just a touch. It's terrible. With the makers of the route watching, I have to behave myself. Got to ask, the mist that turns up every now and again, is that deliberate? We'll have another station to look at in a moment. I was particularly impressed with Smethwick Galton Bridge. The only thing that I spotted that's missing there is on the stairs, there's blue, red and pink lines that let you follow from platform to platform. They take you around the path. But I found my SPAD protection fence, so I was pretty happy with that. Let's just pop the brakes on just a little, and we will have a look at this station. There's some really nice features on this station. Things like this. That's just cool. And the fences. A logo that's come back into vogue all of a sudden. Two exits. That's the spawn point. Ticket hall. It's quite an extensive station. That's cool. Nicely done. Meanwhile, back at the farm. Straight through the cab. That needs a bit of pruning, that does. This is what we saw before with the lock gates. I was quite impressed that you included lock gates and changed the height of the water. That made me happy. Richie Rail, hello. How is the newly married train boy who looks after penguins? The full heritage centre would be almost a route by itself. And Smethwick Galton Bridge, which is people who watch my shorts remember the SPAD protection fence. Wait, don't put me back in the train. I want to be out there. No, I want to be out there. I want to be back here. But this is really nicely modelled. The bridge is cool. I spent quite a bit of time at this station because I changed trains from one to the other down here 4 times. Because, you know, I'm silly like that. But inside in the stairwells, on the floor in the area through here, and on the stairs, there's these coloured lines that basically carry you on the path. And here we have the next Smethwick station. This one's a much simpler station. Good work. I shall check the cucumber chat later on. Struggling with the AWS outage. Terrible. Plenty of Nebworth potential. It is a fun drive. And for a change, this time this really is a first experience along with you guys, because I just didn't have time to look at it this weekend. I had so much stuff on. And because there weren't any new trains in the sense that they needed a new tutorial, I didn't make the time. Now, follower Kieran, one thing I really appreciate in this is the lack of collision on stuff like poles and things like that. It makes the camera work so much smoother that you don't just whack into everything and get thrown off. I really like it. And that probably helps with performance too, although Will always insisted it didn't, but to me it just seems like it would, because the machine's got to check all those things. And New Street looks really good. So we come rolling in here. Luke, just get yourself a Pendolino and paint it yellow. And just call it the APT. There, done, sorted. This will be my last run into here tonight, folks, because it is 11:30 at night and I've got to get up in about 7 hours to go to work. It makes a huge playability difference to not have collision on for so many things. And it wouldn't surprise me if it helps with performance. It really wouldn't. I like this brickwork in here too. You've done a nice job in here. It's not a cab light, it's an instrument light. Richie Rails just discovered the people he knows are in here.
We are now approaching Birmingham Crewe. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and
Oops.
pushchairs.
Brakes would be better.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
All right, more. There it is. Well, I'll close the poll off. So out of the, so I think at one point we had 55 people in watching this. So out of that, we've got 67% yay, and 25% wait for sale, and 9% nope. No one's gone for the minor no, which is the nay, which is good. I should have explained why I have yay and nay and nope for the different ratings, because my regulars would be used to that, but I probably had quite a few people that weren't regulars today. Nay is just no, not right now, and nope is never. Adam Hay usually comes storming down here in a Pendo at 125 mile an hour. Why not? Ah, it's still in my library. Stupid pink train. Ah, that'll do. We'll stop there. That'll be fine.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway.
I can't remember when I made this train. Wait. Let's go over the train. No? Yes, 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 we're over it. There we go. There it is. Do you know, I don't think I ever saw that appear during TSW5. Ever. I can't remember why I made it, but I did. I can't remember what it was for. But anyway, that's life. But anyway, great to have the builders of the route in the stream. I think you've done genuinely an awesome job, and I think not getting to see this and then seeing it with everybody else was pretty special, to be honest. So yeah, good stuff. I'm certainly going to go to bed now because it's 11:30 at night, and I've got to be up and around in about 7 hours 27 minutes or so, a little bit earlier than that actually. And yeah, awesome stuff. So thanks everybody for jumping in. Loco Poco says, enjoying the stream, new to TSW, was a train engineer in the mid-90s in a large yard in USA, operating with switch engines, GP35, if I remember. Well, there's GP38s in the game, so you can have fun with those. You'll have to stop thinking about it, Luke. You'll never sleep again. You'll need therapy. Anyway, enjoy yourselves, and yeah, great job. I think if you picked this thing up, when you saw how it ran, my machine's a reasonably powerful machine, but I don't think there'll be significant issues anywhere, because the only place where I had frame rate drops, I was getting down into the mid 40s anyway, so that's still quite good. Anyway, have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves. I'm going to go and sleep because I need to, and I am going to run it during my workday on Wednesday. So from about, I don't know, I probably start at about 7:30 a.m. and I'll run it through to about 7 p.m. I'm just going to run the thing for 12 hours and just sit at Birmingham New Street, and people can come and watch trains whenever they feel like it. So I'll set that up, pop it in the schedule. It just seems like a fun thing to do. And yeah, sorry for glancing over there. I keep reading the chat, but thanks for dropping in, and yeah, good stuff. If you've got any comments on the route, chuck them down below. I'll pass them back through the ambassador channel, and we'll go from there. You'll all have it, I think it's tomorrow, and enjoy. Let me know what you think of it after you've got your hands on it too. Jump into the Discord if you want to, if you've got detailed feedback or anything you want to leave, and we can go from there. So have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves. As always, great to have you around, and we shall see you next time. Bye now. It's the other button.